Hello class 10th, I am Ashok here present with a new video for you. Today I will discuss the second part of the chapter, the thief's story. In the previous video we had read about how Hari Singh the thief got into the house of Anil with the purpose of robbing him by winning his heart with his art of smiling and convincing nature. Today we will discuss the next part of the story, so let us read the next part of the text. Read and find out. So while reading the next part, we have to find out these questions answer. How does the thief think Anil will react to the theft? What does he say about the different reactions of people when they are robbed? Does Anil realize that he has been robbed? So let us read the text to find out these points. Anil was asleep. A beam of moonlight stepped over the balcony and fell on the bed. I sat up on the floor, considering the situation. If I took the money, I could catch the 10:30 express to Lucknow. Slipping out of the blanket, I crept up to the bed. Anil was sleeping peacefully. His face was clear and unlined. Even I had more marks on my face, though mine were mostly scars. My hand slid under the mattress, searching for the notes. When I found them, I drew them out without a sound. Anil sighed in his sleep and turned on his side towards me. I was startled and quickly crawled out of the room. When I was on the road, I began to run. I had the notes at my waist, held there by the string of my pajamas. I slowed down to a walk and counted the notes, 600 rupees in 50s. I could live like an oil rich Arab for a week or two. So, in this part of the text, there are certain difficult words which are unknown to you, I think. So let us see the words. Beam word is there. A ray of shaft of light. Then crept word is there. Move slowly and carefully in order to avoid being heard or noticed. Drew means pull or drag. Sighed means emit a long, deep, audible breath expressing sadness, relief, tiredness, etc. Startled means feeling or showing sudden shock or alarm. So, in this part of the text, we have read that Hari started his work when Anil was sleeping. There was a little bit light over Anil's bed because of the moonlight that was coming in from the window. Hari sat on the floor and planned that if he took the money, he could leave the city by the 10:30 p.m. Lucknow express train. Hari then crawled towards the bed and slipped his hand slowly inside the bed mattress. He looked at Anil, who was sleeping peacefully without a single line on his face, and Hari's face had so many scars on it. He realized that although he was much younger than Anil, he had such a weird appearance due to his wrong thinking. On the other hand, Anil was carefree and thought good for others, because of which he had such a nice face. Hari then took out the notes without making any sound. Anil took a breath in his sleep and turned his side. He was directly facing Hari, which scared him a bit, and Hari quickly left the room. As soon as Hari left the room and was on the road, he started running and had kept the notes in his pajamas. He had tied it with the string of pajamas. Then after a while, Hari slowed down and counted the notes. He had 12 notes of 50 rupee each, which made it 600 rupees. Then Hari thought to himself that with this much money he could live a luxurious life like an Arabian sheikh for at least 2 weeks. So this was there in this part of the text. Now let us see the next part of the text. When I reached the station, I did not stop at the ticket office. I had never bought a ticket in my life, but dashed straight to the platform. The Lucknow Express was just moving out. The train had still to pick up speed, and I should have been able to jump into one of the carriages, but I hesitated for some reason I can't explain, and I lost the chance to get away. So there are three words here which may be difficult for you. Dashed means quickly, ran towards something. Then carriages is another word. Any of the separate sections of a train that carry passengers, that is called carriages. Hesitated means pause in indecision before saying or doing something. So in this part of the text, we read that when Hari reached the station, he straight away went to the platform without buying a ticket, as he had never bought a ticket in his life. He had always travelled without a ticket. When he reached the platform, the Lucknow Express in which he had to go was just leaving the platform. The train was still slow, so he could have easily jumped and got on one of the carriages, but he did not do so. There was a bit of hesitation in him. Even he didn't understand why he had that hesitation inside him, and because of that, he could not board the train. So, this was there in this part of the text. Now, let's see the next part. When the train had gone, I found myself standing alone on the deserted platform. I had no idea where to spend the night. I had no friends, believing that friends were more trouble than help, and I did not want to make anyone curious by staying at one of the small hotels near the station. The only person I knew really well was the man I had robbed. Leaving the station, I walked slowly through the bazaar. In my short career as a thief, I had uh, made a study of men's faces. When they had lost their goods, the greedy man showed fear, the rich man showed anger, the poor man showed acceptance. But I knew that Anil's face when he discovered the theft would show only a touch of sadness, not for the loss of money, but for the loss of trust. I found myself in the Maidan and sat down on a bench. The night was chilly. It was early November, and a light drizzle added to my discomfort. Soon it was raining quite heavily. My shirt and pajamas stuck to my skin, and a cold wind blew the rain across my face. So, in this part of the text, there are certain words which may be difficult for you. Deserted word is there. Deserted means empty place without anyone. Curious means eager to know or learn something. Robbed means take property unlawfully from a person by force or threat of force. Then bazaar is another word that is called market, Maidan. It is Hindi word and its meaning is a park. Drizzle means light rain falling in very fine drops. So in this part of the text we read that Hari, after some time, when the train had left, found himself all alone at the empty platform. Hari did not know where would he spend the night. He did not have any friends whom he could uh, go to, as he used to think that friends were more of a trouble than being helpful. He did not even want to stay at any of the small hotels as that would attract attention. He knew only one person very well and he had robbed him as well. As Hari was walking through the bazaar after leaving the station, he was thinking of his observations as a thief. In a short career as a thief, he had realized that although everybody from rich to poor shows different reactions to losing their goods, what Anil would only be a little sad. That too would not be because he lost his money, but because he has lost trust that he had on Hari. He would be sad that he trusted someone so much and the person had betrayed him. Hari was walking when he reached the park. He sat on a bench as it was the month of November. The night was a bit chilly, and then the drizzle added to the discomfort that Hari was going through. It started raining quite heavily, and Hari's shirt and pajamas stuck to his body. Cold wind was blowing across Hari's face, and he was feeling coldness at that time. So it was there in this part of the text. Now let's see the next part of the text. I went back to the bazaar and sat down in the shelter of the clock tower. The clock showed midnight. I felt for the notes. They were damp from the rain. Anil's money. In the morning, he would probably have given me 2 or 3 rupees to go to the cinema. But no, I had it all. I couldn't cook his meals, run to the bazaar, or learn to write whole sentences any more. I had forgotten about them in the excitement of the theft. Whole sentences I knew could one day bring me more than a few hundred rupees. It was a simple matter to steal, and sometimes just as simple to be caught. But to be a really big man, a clever and respected man, was something else. I should go back to Anil, I told myself, if only to learn to read and write. So, in this part of the text, there are certain words which may be difficult for you. Shelter, a place giving temporary protection from bad weather or danger. Then clock tower is there, a tower typically forming part of a church or civic buildings with a large clock at the top. Midnight means 12 o'clock at night. Damp means slightly wet. So in this part of the text we read that Hari went back towards the bazaar and sat under the shelter of the clock tower to escape getting wet. It was 12 o'clock by the clock tower. Hari checked the notes and they were wet. Then again Hari started thinking that it was Anil's money, and if he had not stolen it, Anil would have surely given him 2 3 rupees to go for a movie. But now, as he had stolen it, he had it all. Now he won't be able to make tea or do groceries for Anil anymore, nor would he be able to learn to write whole sentences ever. He had not realized that he would be losing all these in the excitement of stealing the money. He knew that if he could learn to read and write, he could earn much more money than these few hundred rupees, and that too honestly. He knew that it was very easy to steal something from someone, but sometimes it was that easy to get caught as well. He knew that if he learned to read and write, he could surely become a big and respected man one day. Then Hari told himself that he should go back if he wanted to learn to read and write, and also if he wanted to be a big man one day. So this was there in this part of the text. Now let's see the next part of the text. I hurried back to the room, feeling very nervous, for it is much easier to steal something than to return it undetected. I opened the door quietly, then stood in the doorway in clouded moonlight. Anil was still asleep. I crept to the head of the bed, and my hand came up with the notes. I felt his breath on my hand. I remained still for a minute. Then my hand found the edge of the mattress and slipped under it was the it with the notes. I awoke late next morning to find that Anil had already made the tea. He stretched out his hand towards me. There was a 50 rupee note between his fingers. My heart sank. I thought I had been discovered. I made some money yesterday, he explained. Now you will be paid regularly. My spirits rose, but when I took the note, I saw it was still wet from the night's rain. Today we will start writing sentences, he said. He knew what neither his lips nor his eyes showed anything. I smiled at Anil in my most appealing way, and the smile came by itself without any effort. So, in this part of the text, there are certain words which may be difficult for you. Hurried means done in a hurry, rushed. Then undetected, not detected or discovered. Clouded means make or become less clear or transparent. So these were few words which might be difficult for you. Now let's see what was there in this part of the text. Hari went to Anil's room and was very nervous because he knew that it was much more difficult to return stolen things without being caught than actually stealing it. Hari went to the um, hallway and stood there as the moonlight was still falling over the bed. Anil was asleep yet. Hari went near the head of the bed and took out the notes. As he was going near the mattress, his hand could feel Anil's breath on his hand and took out the notes. Hari became still for a moment, found the edge of the mattress, and finally slipped the notes under it. The next morning, Hari woke up a little late, and Anil had already made the tea by then. Anil extended his hand towards Hari and had a 50 rupee note in his hand. Hari thought he had been caught. Then suddenly Anil explained that he had made some money the day before, so he was giving him 50 rupees. He also said that he would be paying Hari regularly. Hari was really happy, but when he took the note in his hand, he saw that it was still wet from the last night rain. He was told Hari that that day he would teach him how to write complete sentences. Hari realized that Anil had come to know that he had stolen money and kept it back. So this was there in this part of the text. Now these are the difficult words which I already discussed with you. You can go through, you have to write these difficult words in your notebooks, and this is the homework. Reread the discussed part of the story and complete the summary. Note down the difficult words meaning. Do write the answers of the textual questions according to your understanding of the story. So this is the homework. Do it. Have a nice day.